What's up, guys? Welcome back to my vlog channel. This is vlog number 5, I think, and this is part 1. So, like, what I'm trying to do here is exactly after I kind of consume a part of a module or the whole module, I'll do this type of video trying to share my thoughts and articulate them and kind of summarize the information that I've learned. And shout out to one random guy that I've saw that does the same. He made a post about it, which just makes much sense. Like just teaching is the best way to actually remember stuff. So yeah, very 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 nice video until now. I'm like I don't know how he comes up with these analogies, but they are fucking awesome and very accurate. So, like, trying to summarize it, you have to think about your business, and yeah, you have to think about your business as in components, and especially as things that can be changed, and you're you kind of evolve by changing different aspects of that business, like and trying new ways, new solutions, and based on the outcome of that change, you either stick with that new solution or you try something else, and that's how you progressively make progress. Yeah, that's one thing, and another thing is, let me just see what was my main idea here, because I forgot. Not bad. Yeah, and the fact that you've kind of you can characterize your business just like human body, or like just like every species, by environment, by adaptability, by traits, by genotype, by variation, by fitness. And this was one thing that he didn't specifically state until now, but I've kind of think it makes sense. Is like with every, I mean, I think he said it already, my bad. But like with every variation, you adapt to your environment. So like that kind of dictates the variations. First of all, like that's when the environment adapts, you're most likely wanna make a variation, like change something based on that change in the environment. But otherwise, variations could come also like by accident, maybe, and just like in nature, or just by trying to improve your place in the environment. Um, and this idea of variation being random actually is kind of exciting. Like, and just this idea in a whole, like just trying to experiment stuff once in a while, just like do something different and approach it in a different way is kind of interesting. And the the idea with reproduction, the fact that businesses kind of spread their seed by innovating and other businesses copying them, which is pretty interesting. What else? So like just as I said, the main idea in like this is just how to grow, like not grow in the usual way and like the usual connotation, like not grow your business and in making more money. How to actually evolve your business, let's say. So it's just like find problems, specifically hone in on the aspect of the problem that kind of sparks that big problem, let's say, and try to fix it, come up with a solution or find a solution, try it, and see if it works. Like that's a very important part. Like I think a lot of people just find this new solution and they just implement it, and like they don't really spend much time on retrospective thinking and actually analyzing if it's better, you know. But I mean, I don't blame them. Doing this for every single problem that you have is probably very hard and burning your mind and your body from the inside out. But yeah, I mean, that's what it takes, probably. So yeah, I think that's it. That's these are the main ideas. And Charlie put them in way more beautiful and concise words, but I mean, I'm not Charlie. But through these videos, I think I can actually progress in this area as well. So like, and yeah, another big thing that he mentioned is the idea of um why courses or coaching was created. Let's say the fact that you're literally just buy the information that he's selling to you. You're just copying his years of hard work and optimizing and evolving through like iteration, and you're just like from version 1 of your business you're going to version like 50 or 67. So yeah, this is also an interesting idea. And another interesting thing was that the fact that businesses um, adapt, as I've said, to the market, and the businesses with better adapted traits actually thrive and like continue to survive in the market. And those traits get multiplied in order for the others to survive. You know, like they reproduced, and again, this now these new businesses slightly vary again, either through oppression from environment or through competition, I think, or through just like randomness, and that sparks a new cycle. Like again, new traits. Those traits are identified as good for the market. That business thrives. The other people copy it, and just like that, you're. I think this might be applicable to societies as well, and like how they grow and evolve. Like maybe with, let's say, the new variation in, let's say, ancient Greece, um, the installment of democracy. Like there must have been some other countries or societies that have adopted it based on the success of ancient Greek. I'm not sure if I'm not. I don't have an example in my mind, but yeah, that's probably how these actually evolve as well. And this concluded this new idea that was very interesting. The fact that they are very extensive and interconnected analogies that you can literally find anywhere, and that actually like puts a new perspective, because he mentioned an example like he how he created analogies with school and like the topics that he was taught at school, how he tried to kind of modulate to fit for business, and him saying that school actually teaches you some interesting stuff. That really just made me think a bit, and actually just I was, I mean, I hope I by this video I'm going to try and change, but I was hating a lot on school, like just the not school, the platform, but like on the state school that I'm going to. I literally had only bad words about it. So I let myself consumed by that rage, which I usually don't do. Like in other aspects of my life, I try to be like, yeah, I hate some things, but I always try to find the good things about it as well. But like for school, I've been so intensively reminded of how I could be doing other things, that I think they are more productive. And I didn't, my, I stopped thinking about, okay, I can't change that too much, but I can change how I react to it and like how I perceive school. And this idea, like, just made me think that I have a lot of work to do on myself, like the fact that I just kept avoiding actually facing the truth that I can't really change much about school in today, like in my last year, but I can change how I perceive it. And this really didn't fly through my mind, like this was rarely a subject, a discussion, a topic in my mind. It's like this, I would probably act like immediately upon it, like just trying to understand and make analogies and actually force usefulness into topics that I usually just don't find very useful. And also the idea that being a good teacher or a genius is actually just synthesizing complex, abstract ideas into as concise and understandable concepts, which I really think I'm pretty good at. But that's it for now. It's already 12 minutes. But I'm really, really excited about this new idea of like just after after consuming the content, just trying to express my thoughts about it. But hopefully, I just this doesn't just relieve me of the pressure in my head and makes me just never think about that content again because I've expressed my opinions rather than containing them inside me and just kind of meditating about it inside my head. I hope this will just install it in my brain. But yeah, I mean the PDFs are great, are very very useful if you want to recap. And just these ideas, I think like all these new ideas are like not new, but these fundamental concepts. I I really think at first I wasn't I belittled the idea of him just constantly telling us to remember all these and actually revisit them like 3 months from now. But throughout this process of week one, I definitely understanding now. Like this really needs to be repeated over and over again because it's complex. I mean, it's a lot of information and it's awesome. It's awesome information. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so part two of iterative renaissance. I mean, I haven't finished it, but I have to leave. So I've only watched like 20, 25 minutes of it. Like, and the next part. But really interesting. I think two things. First of all, um, the idea of deconstructing your goal into micro components as well. I think I mean, that's kind of reverse engineering, which I've heard about and kind of used, but not that much before. But again, it clicks and it actually makes it even easier to think about it, and just calling it reverse engineering. You just picture the big goal and then kind of structurize it and compartmentalize it. I don't know. Yeah, and the other thing, um, I don't know, when testing new variants, like, you do a new variant separately. Yeah, like you don't change the thing that you're already doing. You are just conducting an experiment outside your main like baseline systems. That's an interesting thing and makes sense. And I mean the fact that how you score your goal, like that's pretty self-explanatory. Of course, you can measure if it's closer to your goal or not. Um, but yeah, I think that's mostly what I've done until now. It wasn't really that much. But yeah, the big important part is not only you deconstruct your business and you work on, so like you have two systems that work the same way, defining like solving problems and getting to your goal. Like you solve them the same way, just by deconstructing the problem and seeing what component of it actually doesn't work and trying to do it in a new way. And at the goal as well, just deconstructing the goal and seeing, first of all, which one is most efficient, and afterwards just working on all of them. So I think, yeah, that's it. Not much for now. I'm going to watch it fully. I mean, to finish it today, later, and I'll come back with part 3. Bye bye. Yeah, boys, I'm back. Now, this was an experience. Okay, so I just finished 1.7. Wow, that was very nice. Very nice video. I will definitely, like, this would be the first video I rewatch until now. I don't know how good will the mindset course be, but until this point, this has been for me the most informative and life changing is too big of a word, but mindset shifting regarding business, the most influential one. So yeah, very nice video and very clear, structured one. Like you literally cannot ask questions. I don't have any questions. I mean, that's I think a problem that I've been thinking about with this course. Like he just gives us information after information. You don't really get to think for yourself. But yeah, I hope. I mean, after you finish this course, you'll have enough time to think for yourself. I think. But yeah, very interesting. To try to summarize it, the last part. So I mean, the scientific method was very the highlight of the last hour of this video. So like I'll explain that a bit. So first of all, whenever you're starting, like you're putting up the basics, you have to establish your baseline. And how you're gonna do that is you're just again going to kind of DFS through using some competitive programming terms. We love to see it. So like going into depth into the components and like seeing